Manchester City are the current holders of the Carling Cup 2009.
Well, if the balance of power in Manchester really is shifting, and let's be honest, it's got a long way to go, then City have to prove it here tonight. It's the showdown we've all been waiting for. United, reckoned to be the biggest club in the world, against City, out to prove that their rivals are no longer even the biggest club in Manchester. Tension in the air, excitement in the stands, and a cup final place at stake. It's a game that means so much to so many, not the least Sir Alex Ferguson, who's picked a very strong lineup, including Rio Ferdinand, Paul Scholes and Nani, none of whom played in last week's first leg at Eastlands. Those who drop out are Wes Brown, Anderson, and perhaps most surprisingly, the in-form Antonio Valencia. Roberto Mancini is named the same 11 that started the first leg, putting his faith once again in teenage centre-back Dedrick Boyata, with Kolo Touré still on the way back from the Africa Cup of Nations. We expect City to employ the same 4-3-3 system that they used at Eastlands, with the Argentine international Pablo Zabaleta in a more advanced role. A strong look to both subs benches. Michael Owen, Dimitar Berbatov and Valencia, the attacking options for United, who also have Wes Brown and Nemanja Vidic in reserve. City can call upon the likes of Stephen Ireland, Martin Petrov and Emmanuel Adebayor. Howard Webb has the potentially difficult job of keeping order between two clubs who are neighbours, but not exactly friends. So, after all the controversy, the war of words, the warnings from the FA and even the Manchester police force about good behaviour, the battle lines have been drawn, and at last we're ready for a football match to break out. City with a precious one-goal lead from the first leg, but United, remember, were in a similar position in last season's semi-final after losing 1-0 at Derby, and they went on to win 4-1 here at Old Trafford to earn a place in the final. A reminder that they're actually in a better position this time because they've scored an away goal at Eastlands, but in this competition the away goals rule doesn't kick in until after extra time. Early touch for Van der Sar, chased down by Tevez. You can expect to see the former Manchester United man working that hard all evening. Nani winning a place ahead of Valencia on the right of Manchester United's midfield, a reward for his excellent display at the weekend. Scholes, who's returned to the heart of the United midfield. He was a late substitute in the first leg. Evra. Played back by Giggs a little too enthusiastically. Tevez read that. Wright Phillips slipped at the vital moment, however.
Manchester City the same as 11 as in the first leg, but slightly different formation with Zabaleta moving inside on the right. But they did concede an awful lot of ground and possession to United in the first half of that first leg. Just a more positive attitude about City opening stages here.
Bellamy, who had an excellent game when the teams met here in the Premier League in September, scored 2 goals in that game, even though Manchester City were beaten 4-3. And tormented Rio Ferdinand, who of course returns to the United side tonight.
Well, not only that, he gave Raphael a torrid time at Eastlands. Craig Bellamy, once he switched to the left-hand side.
First corner of the game to the visitors then. Gareth Barry will take it. The youngster Boyata forward, sailed over his head. Easy clearance for Ferdinand, back in by Garrido. De Jong, Wright Phillips. It's a lovely ball to pick out Gareth Barry, who was about to pull the trigger.
And he's got to play his part defensively, hasn't he? Nani did well against Hull at the weekend. That's why he's in again, I think. So Alex Ferguson just saying same again. Repeat those standards, but he will have to track back when Barry drifts forward, supporting Craig Bellamy on that left-hand side.
A cold, wet and windy evening, but for once in Manchester, no one has been talking about the weather. The build-up to this game, so intense. Richards with the clearance. Right Phillips stumble. It's broken to Giggs, who gave United the lead last week at Eastlands. 3 times a winner in this competition in his wonderful Manchester United career. Scholes looking to pick out Nani. Took that well. Off Garrido for a corner.
Well, it's got a nice pace about it, hasn't it, this match? Shouldn't really be surprised. With an amazing build-up.
Rio Ferdinand and Johnny Evans making their way forward. And as good an atmosphere as I've witnessed for a long time here in the Theatre of Dreams. The best corner, however. Rafael finding Evra. Back again to the young Brazilian who gave away the penalty just before half-time last week and was cautioned in the same incident. Scholes with a beautiful ball to pick out Evra. Fletcher in close support. Happy to get the corner, though.
So good at switching the play, isn't he, Paul Scholes? And it's been a good start from United. Bit of early pressure, couple of corners. Time for concentration for the visitors, early days.
Ferdinand near post. Evans makes his run from near the penalty spot. United, the holders of this competition, of course. They beat Tottenham in last season's final. And no club, by the way, has retained this trophy since Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest 20 years ago. Another target, as if Manchester United needed any more incentive. De Jong brushed aside by Nani, and it's another United corner. 3 in quick succession. Taken early, Giggs with the cross. It's come out to Evra. Dangerous ball back in. But the header by Fletcher way off target. He was superb in the first leg, though.
He was. He got a couple in the league game here as well, didn't they? Just momentarily switched off there, City. Had to get themselves organised fairly quickly. There's a fair distance out, Fletcher, and he just doesn't catch it properly.
Garrido gives it away to Nani. Fletcher on for Rooney. Given spotting the danger. Another who had a wonderful match in the first leg. His kick aimed at Tevez. Evans got there first. Giggs. Fletcher. Very calmly done by Boyata, the 19-year-old. Now Wright Phillips. Got away from Scholes, who then brought him down.
It's that little injection of pace from Wright Phillips, from Bellamy on the other side that might just be a problem for the likes of Scholes and Fletcher, Carrick. Fine footballers, all of them, but not as quick as that pair.
Well, to say he's being closely marked's an understatement. All those red shirts. Tevez in the middle, Boyata joining him now. Barry it is who delivers, not too accurately, and that's unusual for him.
Yeah, Tevez standing offside by about 4 yards. It's something Bonlahor does for Aston Villa and then just drifts back in, hoping to remain unmarked. Keep our eye on that one. United defenders having a good look at him.
Quick feet there from Nani, who finds Rafael. Garrido intercepts. And a challenge by Nani. If he didn't like that one, and might even reach for a card. Body language suggests he might let him off with a ticking off, but Zabaleta was hurt then.
Yeah, I think it's that kind of match that the referee doesn't want to be flashing yellow cards about. First 10 minutes or so. Nani not known for his tough tackling, just a little late coming in there, and the damage is done by treading on Zabaleta's toe.
He did actually play every tie as United got through to the final last season, Nani, but he's been more sparingly used in this season's competition. Looks as though he wants to change his gloves here. Shay Given, who was rested for the FA Cup tie against Scunthorpe for the weekend. He had previously been City's only ever present. Raphael's clearance finds Fletcher and on to Giggs. And early for Rooney in behind Richards. Beautifully taken down by Wayne Rooney. That's a great strike as well.
That's the kind of mood and the kind of form that he is in, isn't it, Wayne Rooney? Will try and engineer a couple of yards wherever he is in that final third. Get his shot away. It'll bounce up in front of Given. His new gloves on. Or has he? No, not yet.
The speed with which United attack, bit of a risk he's taken. Keeping an eye on him as well as the action here. Yep, he's managed to get the new pair on now. There's Evra. Giggs and Rooney, the spearhead of the United attack. Fletcher picks up the loose ball. Rooney there again. Excellent play from Company. Wright Phillips tried the trick. Evra was equal to it.
It's a statement of intent from Manchester United. They've come out of the traps very quickly, with most of possession going forward.
Well, the man with the famous scarf and the Italian style has seen it all before, of course. He's been involved in local derbies in Rome and Milan, amongst other cities in Italy. He's a pretty cool customer. He won't let the atmosphere faze him, and Brian Kidd alongside him knows all about Old Trafford.
We learn more and more about him with each passing game, don't we, Mancini, with the teams that he picks and the changes that he makes during matches.
Tevez. And back by Raphael. Bellamy working hard. Been in wonderful form this season, the Wales international. Nani there to win it back for United. Wright Phillips with the challenge. Intense competition in the middle of the field. That's a trip, Barry.
Well, Manchester City will just want to keep it for a while. They're being closed down very quickly by United at the moment. They can't find their passing rhythm.
International taking the cautious route back. Boyata. Company, who's played in every game since Mancini took over at City. United actually took the lead 3 times when they played their neighbours here in the Premier League in September. They were pegged back each time, so Michael Owen came off the bench to score a very late winner. Of course, they took the lead in the first leg of this semi-final. Here's Tevez, who cancelled out that goal by this man, Ryan Giggs. It's a good ball for Rooney. Company barring the way to goal, but he picks out a teammate with that lovely back heeler. And Fletcher can stay there for the throw.
And it all came about because of the wonderful movement from Wayne Rooney. Pulling and pushing those two City centre-halves about, really intelligent stuff. And they've got another free kick here.
Zabaleta looks shocked. Got ahead to that. Scholes drives it back in.
Well, such is his quality at striking the ball, Paul Scholes. You wouldn't be surprised if he did find the top corner. He's done it plenty of times in the past. Just couldn't quite get over that bouncing ball.
Long time since he scored in this competition, however. 7 years to be exact. Nani. Oh, lovely ball. Just too far ahead of Carrick. Company had to clear. Oozing confidence at the moment, the Portuguese international. Rafael. Nani there again. One back by Tevez. Bellamy. Boyata has a bit of space in front of him. That's optimistic to say the least for Zabaleta.
That's what happens when you're just a little bit tense and nervous. You can't take the weight off the ball. I sense he's going to be quite busy tonight. The young lad.
He was in the City team that won the FA Youth Cup. He's just 19. Brought up in Belgium, though his family originally from the Congo. Toure has been away, of course, representing his nation in the Africa Cup of Nations. He hasn't yet got back with the City squad. That's why Boyata keeps his place tonight. Bellamy. Garrido trying to keep up with him, and here he is. His cross. Tevez. De Jong. Garrido. And on to Barry. That's a corner.
Yeah, and it's better from City. They managed to get the ball into that final third and keep it there for a little while. Holding on to the goal in him tonight, Carlos Tevez.
Fletcher. Giggs early for Rooney. The return ball not accurate enough. Wright Phillips read his intentions.
It was a brilliant spot from behind Giggs because Rooney went in and came out again.
Now Scholes for United. Fletcher. Everett. Come to Nani. Away by Company. Ferdinand has given it away, however. Tevez. Bellamy. Spots Wright Phillips. Evans has got to be quick here, but the ball beats both of them.
Well, the intention was a good one. He could have isolated Wright Phillips up against Johnny Evans. Bellamy.
City's FA Cup victory against Scunthorpe at the weekend made it 7 wins from their last 8 games in all competitions. And of course, Mancini's men go through to the 5th round where they'll play at home to Stoke. They're also in contention for the top 4 place in the Premier League, 6th at the moment, and perhaps 90 minutes away, or less than 90 minutes now, from a cup final. Scholes.
Although Mancini's team do look the less composed of the two. Too much in it, but I suppose that's to be expected when you look at the big game players in the United lineup, the players that have won an awful lot of trophies.
Carrick really digs that one out for Evra, and on to Giggs. Rooney comes near post, Fletcher behind him. Nani. Rooney coming in. Boyata had to win that header.
He had a choice as well, didn't he, whether to head it back across goal and away in this direction, or whether just to flick it back over his head. I'm sure he would have got a shout as to Rooney's whereabouts.
Tevez back working hard, but he has conceded the throw. And out of that, they've got a corner.
I think They've conceded corners where they haven't really had to. They could have been avoided once or twice. Manchester City putting a bit of unnecessary pressure on them.
Mane threatening the in-swinger this time. Evra back in. And it took a flick off the defender. A succession of early Manchester United corners. Will this be the one that pays off? Flicked on by Ferdinand.
Well, they'll be asking questions in the defence there, City, because Rio Ferdinand's just drifted into space. Unable to flick it. You would have expected somebody to be in front of the centre-half there. He was behind, I think, Nigel Young. Whether he should have been in front, I'm not too sure.
Scholes. Evra. It's a good ball for Rooney. On to Fletcher. Paul Scholes again. Picks out Nani beautifully. Panicky clearance from Garrido. Right, Phillips looking for Tevez down the right. Well, there's a clash there that the referee must have had a pretty clear view of. The United fans are convinced that Tevez is making a meal of this.
Well, it was the arm off from Rio Ferdinand. The fact that Ferdinand's a good foot taller than Tevez maybe. It just catches him on the chin, really. He's in enough trouble as it is, isn't he, Ferdinand? With that episode against Hull. But he's okay, Tevez.
Ferdinand charged, of course, with violent conduct, and that case is going to come up, we understand, in the next 24 hours. If found guilty, he faces an automatic 3-match ban at least.
I think he's tried to just shove him away in the chest, and the elbows caught him in the face inadvertently. That would be the charitable view of it.
Should add that, of course, Manchester United are appealing against that charge. Hence the fact that Ferdinand was available for selection tonight. He has been out for 19 games already with a back injury.
Well, I think they can get him off that suspension, don't they? But I think it's a measure as well of how much Sir Alex Ferguson wanted him in the team tonight. If he did appeal, he was available.
Right, Phillips. Ghosted round Evra. And Giggs, the ageless Giggs, proving he can defend as well as attack, something we've known now down the years. Threats that there will be further protests against the Glazers tonight. But so far, the Manchester United fans have been concentrating on the football. Richards. Right, Phillips. Blistering pace again from Right, Phillips. But Evra has matched him stride for stride. Now he's beaten him, though. Bellamy coming in.
Not a bad effort. The easiest of headers, really, as it was floated across, but good work from Wright Phillips to skin Patrice Evra, which is never the easiest of tasks.
Here's Bellamy again. Barry. Just about stayed in play. It's come out now, though. It's a United throw.
He thought it was a free kick.
Raphael, did he?
He may have had a few nightmares, though, about the grilling that Bellamy gave him at Eastlands, Raphael, but he's responded well so far.
The winners will, of course, be taking on Aston Villa at Wembley on Sunday, the 28th of February, just over a month away, in what will be the 50th League Cup final. Evans. Well by Boyata. Zabaleta comes out with the ball. Richards. And Tevez gets the better of Evans this time. Great run from Tevez, brilliant.
Wasn't it just, and he did have a chance to shoot, you felt.
Here's De Jong. Garrido. City growing into the game now. Barry. Tempted to come a long way from goal. A bit dangerous that with Tevez around. Big week this, of course, for Manchester United, who go to Arsenal on Sunday. United back on top of the Premier League, despite having already lost 5 games this season. Here's Giggs. Cleared by Boyata, and it's a good ball out as well to find Wright Phillips. One-on-one with Evans. That's good defending.
Now the moments that City will hope to exploit on the counter-attack with the pace that they've got.
Scholes, good open field to the game. Evra. Now Fletcher. Rooney. Company came quickly in. De Jong. Tevez.
There's a little spat with Wayne Rooney. Was it a flick of the boot or the arm?
Mr. Webb clearing all the players away from him. He'll deal with it.
He went down very quickly, didn't he, Zabaleta? He's holding his leg. Rooney protesting his innocence.
Zabaleta is convinced that there was some intent in there.
They've been closed down very quickly. Wayne Rooney by about 3 players. It was as the little skirmish broke up that the incident happened. He's having to do a little bit of calming down, isn't he? Howard Webb, but using his common sense, the ref. The arm more than there's the slightest flick on his leg. He's made an awful lot of it, Zabaleta.
Well, full marks to the referee for dealing sensibly with that situation without the need to resort to cards. Carrick finds Nani.
You hold on to it and you'll have sky blue shirts around you for a Manchester United player. Need to move it quickly and need a little bit more off Nani on that right-hand side.
Manuel Adebayor back amongst the City squad again after his tragic time, of course, in Angola.
That's a nice option to have, isn't it?
Zabaleta's shot.
It's Carlos Tevez that got his team into one of their most dangerous positions. It was a one-man affair, this. He'd backed into Johnny Evans, then turned and had a go at Ferdinand, who looked a little rusty. I'm not sure Ferdinand got too much of the ball there. It was a half-hearted appeal from Tevez. Might have had a case.
City getting what United felt was a controversial penalty in the first leg last week. Tevez scoring from the spot. Nani. Was that handball? It was by Gareth Barry.
Well, Nani's asking how it went to book him, which you never like to see, but it certainly was a handball.
Evans. Scholes. On to Evra. Fletcher. He's easily brushed aside there by Richards. Tevez. Garrido. Bellamy asked for it early. Great injection of pace. Tevez coming in! And Van der Sar prevents Tevez scoring again in this semi-final.
They couldn't have done an awful lot more with it, Carlos Tevez. Wasn't too far away from the corner of the goal. And City finding their feet after an uncertain start.
Nani. Rooney comes to meet it. And the linesman was flagged, I think, for a handball by Wayne Rooney.
Well, it's a couple of chances for him now. The second one really testing Van der Sar. Cross is spot on. Well, perhaps could have been a little bit further into the corner. Well, it was. Surprisingly, Van der Sar not able to hold on to it.
Barry. Cleared by Ferdinand. Half an hour gone, no addition to the scoreline from the first leg. A 2-1 victory for Manchester City. Here's Tevez, who got both those goals.
See him gaining in confidence there now on the ball, Manchester City.
Foul by Bellamy.
Seemed to stand his ground here. Bellamy, the arms in the chest, probably did it.
This is the 29th game of the season for Manchester City in all competitions, and so far they've only lost 3 compared to the 8 defeats that United have suffered, although in fairness they have played a few more games. Garrido's clearance not the best. Rooney finds Carrick. Fletcher. Giggs!
They couldn't have hit it any sweeter. Ryan Giggs, what a clever ball this is from Michael Carrick. He catches it on the sweet spot on Shay Given. Right on top of it.
Richards. Zabaleta hooks it on, but straight to Johnny Evans. The Northern Ireland international hands it on to Evra. Now Giggs. Evra again. Here's Fletcher. Carrick. Sweet move this by United. Carrick's there again. And now Rooney. Still Carrick. Rooney near post.
Well, the little slip from Dedrick Boyata very nearly cost his side dear here. Young centre-half losing his footing at a vital moment. And again, Shay Given not spilling anything.
Evans under no real pressure, concedes the throw. Right, Phillips to Tevez. Barry. And this is Garrido. Bellamy takes over. Garrido again. Well, that's poor.
He had a couple of options on. Weaving some decent patterns down that left-hand side with Barry, with Bellamy. Garrido.
Richards clears and finds Wright Phillips. And the referee's given a free kick to United here. Suspicion of a handball by Wright Phillips. Ferdinand. Evans keeping out Vidic, even though the latter is fit again. In fact, he's amongst the United substitutes tonight. Evra. Scholes. Onto Carrick.
Three-man midfield for City, serving them well at the moment, protecting the back four. Working very hard, trying to close down the gaps.
Even Tevez has given up chasing this time. Raphael. Thatcher. Scholes first time for Rooney. Nice, good composed play by young Boyata. Now Bellamy. De Jong. Company. Picks out Bellamy. Barry finds Wright Phillips. Space opening up in front of him, but not now, it isn't. Scholes with the interception.
It's tight, isn't it? I think City, though, will be fairly happy with the way this first half has developed, the way they've grown into the game.
Giggs. A rare mistake from Ryan Giggs. Challenge, I have to say, not that rare from Paul Scholes, who's got a bit of a reputation for that kind of thing.
Scholes special coming in from behind. Little choice with that one, Howard Webb. Nowhere near the ball. He's done that plenty of times over the years, Paul Scholes.
Seven yellow cards for the season. Coming in behind Raphael here. And he needed some help from his teammate. De Jong's header, not the best. And Fletcher went bravely in against Boyata. Company. For United. Scholes to Giggs. Evra overlapping. Excellent run from Ryan Giggs, and he's earned his team a free kick, despite the protest from Zabaleta, who surely is going to talk his way into a yellow card.
Well, he's running the risk. If he'd have thrown it away from where the free kick was going to be taken, he would have been booked, I think, but he's bounced it down in anger and gets away with it.
He's had a couple of tellings off from Mr. Webb already. I would think if he sins once more, he will be in trouble. Nani and Giggs over the free kick. Giggs goes away, leaving it to the Portuguese player. It's a great one in as well by him. Very well defended by Mika Richards.
Ferdinand had escaped unmarked at the far post. Could have come that far. Sticking to the game plan very closely, Manchester City. Worked okay so far. Very strong in the middle of the park with that midfield trio. It's down the flanks that Manchester United will hope to supply a bit of service from. Get round the back, that City back four.
City's first semi-final in this competition for almost 30 years. Yes, they dominated the League Cup in the 1970s, reaching 3 finals and winning the trophy twice. Scholes looking for Nani. Garrido with a header. Bellamy. Carrick under pressure. Got a little nudge as well from Michael Carrick. De Jong. Phillips will keep the pressure on Evans, but then rather needlessly concedes the free kick.
Yeah, he had him in the corner. No need for the shove. But it's United that have got to score the goal, isn't it? As a result, City will be the happier at the moment anyway.
Scholes. Carrick. And now Giggs. Down the centre for Rooney or Nani. Boyetta heads clear. De Jong. Given away to Raphael, who finds Evra on the left. Fletcher. Here's Giggs. No foul. Wayne Rooney. Raphael. One back cleverly by Company.
Yeah, trying to come through the middle at the moment, aren't they, Manchester United, but not getting much success.
The wild challenge there by young Raphael.
He did come in at the rate of knots as well. Bellamy saw it coming a mile away.
Well, another stern warning.
Bellamy just having a little chat with Raphael.
Carrick almost caught in possession by Bellamy, and somewhat harshly the free kick goes against the City man. Evans finds Evra. Zabaleta across to cut down the space, but he finds Rooney anyway, and he picks out Nani. First time ball was clever. Boyetta's clearance. Company completes it. Raphael to Scholes. Tevez battling hard, but United enjoying a good spell of possession here. Rio Ferdinand. Garrido's clearance is picked up by Fletcher.
Well, both sets of players matching each other stride for stride at the moment.
Barry and Garrido got in a bit of a mix-up, and the linesman comes to City's rescue by spotting an infringement there. Free kick.
It was given for the foul on Gareth Barrett.
Here's Wright Phillips for Manchester City. Evra back to, well, it was meant to go to Giggs, but Boyata intercepts. Richards. And he wins the throw off Evra. Ferdinand's header, Carrick. Barry, Richards. Wright Phillips. Evans happy to concede the throw as we move into the final minute of the first half here.
Yeah, it's a job well done so far for Manchester City. Reflecting their coach, I think. Everyone working for each other with a lot of discipline. Always easier when you've got something to defend, as they have.
By Bellamy. Well, so far the tie hasn't quite reached the heights of the first leg last week, but you get the feeling that things could really hot up in the second half.
Yeah, give it time, and we've got two really strong benches as well, haven't we? With Owen and Berbatov, Valencia for Manchester United, Adebayor, Ireland, Petrov for City. A lot of players that can change the shape of a match there.
Which is fouling, being fouled by Giggs in the end. Looked pretty 50-50 from here. Alan Wiley, the fourth official tonight. Well, I don't suppose Sir Alex will criticise his fitness. You don't have to do much running in that job.
There's a bit of a slope, actually, to get up there, but he's doing well.
Evans away to Scholes. On by Nani. It was Manchester City's defensive qualities that were constantly criticised under the previous management regime of Mark Hughes. They seem to have improved in that department under Mancini, and that improvement has been there for all to see so far tonight.
Manchester United just got to be a little bit more inventive down the flanks in order to breach this City rearguard.
Halfway through, and no damage to Manchester City's aggregate lead. Carlos Tevez came closest to testing Manchester United. Edwin van der Sar making the save, and Roberto Mancini will be quite satisfied at the moment, I would think, with his team's progress here. At half-time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0. Manchester City, as they were a week ago at Eastlands, in the lead. That first leg saw them beat Manchester United for the first time in the last 4 Manchester derbies, and incidentally, they have never in their history won a cup tie here at Old Trafford. They don't need to win, of course, tonight, with their aggregate lead still intact. Richards looking to pick out Wright Phillips. Evans Evans with the first clearance for United. Some impressive names on each of the substitutes benches tonight. I'm sure at some stage we'll see some of them in action. Bellamy, stopped by Raphael this time. But Bellamy has been a constant threat down that left-hand side for City. And here he is again with the crowd thinking that ball had gone out of play. Evans clears the cross. And Nani unimpressive with his control this time.
Everyone stopped for a second there, apart from Bellamy. No changes from either side in the shape of formations. Alex Ferguson will want a little bit more early support to Wayne Rooney and to get that passing a little bit crisper, more incisive.
And he stumbles into Richards, who takes it on impressively. Very impressively!
Well, that was heading for the top corner, emulating that run he had from his own half. What was it, against Blackburn a couple of weeks back? He goes so far that he's got no options really, swings the left leg, and that was on target. It's a great save and a great effort.
Brought them to their feet on the City bench, and the City fans, 9,000 of them inside Old Trafford tonight. And a header bounced into a very dangerous area. United can't get it clear. Bellamy strikes it back in, and it deflected into Van der Sar's hands, and he gets United on the counter-attack instantly. Giggs. A sloppy ball from him, though. Raphael in trouble against Tevez, but the flag has gone up for offside against Carlos Tevez. Mr. Webb acknowledges the flag, but waves play on. And maybe he didn't do United any favours with that, and Tevez certainly didn't Raphael any favours with that challenge. Yellow card, crowd enjoyed that.
Well, the ball was there to be won. The question is, did he go in dangerously here? Carlos Tevez. He catches the man just before he catches the ball. As you say, the referee could have easily blown for offside, and he wasn't to know if that would have followed, but one or two angry players out there.
I don't know whether Mr. Webb has had a word of advice from one of his assistants here about what happened after that initial incident. He has a quick word in Ferdinand's ear. And Bellamy, as ever, has his little piece to say.
It's popular, that hand gesture, isn't it, at City? That should have woken Manchester United up. Those couple of attacks from the visitors.
Here's Evra. Ryan Giggs. Well defended by Richards. Scholes. Here's Evans. Onto Ferdinand. Fletcher down the centre, but he's picked out Giggs. It's a good first-time ball by Ryan Giggs, but not quite good enough to test the City back four. Tevez. Well played. Garrido onto Bellamy. Back to the football. It's boiling up at Old Trafford, on and off the field. Rooney with a splendid ball in to Giggs. Needs help. Finds Nani. Scholes with the shot. It's been a long time coming, but United have wiped out City's first leg lead, and what a tie we have now.
perfect. You thought Giggsy was just going to try and flick it past Shay Given at this point, but he doesn't. He uses experience, he keeps the ball. Yes, they get a little bit of luck as it's crowded out, comes to the feet of Scholes, through the legs. Not the cleanest of strikes he'll ever hit in his life. But don't the fans on the Stratford end love that, and he gets a deflection as it's Zabaleta on the way through as he goes to close down.
Paul Scholes' first goal in a League Cup tie for 7 years has brought the aggregate scores level at 2-2. And a good opportunity to remind you again that away goals in this competition do not count until after extra time, unlike European football.
Well, if the first half was a little flat, I don't think the second half's going to be. The atmosphere, the noise has cranked up a couple of levels here.
Richards for Manchester City, rocked by that goal. White Phillips claiming a free kick, and Mr. Webb not interested. Paul Scholes, the man who has brought this tie to life. He sweeps it majestically out to Nani. Quick feet from the Portuguese player. The clearance hits Carrick. Company. Cool and calm defending by Manchester City. Bellamy. Barry. Here's De Jong. Zabaleta. On to Richards. Wright Phillips. Richards saying he had no options.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? They started off second best, really, Manchester United in this second half. But one glorious pass from Wayne Rooney to Giggs, and the break of the ball to Scholes. And his team are in the lead. In this tie at least, in this leg at least, I should say.
Rooney. Nani. It's Carrick for United. Evans onto Evra. Giggs in space ahead of him. Here he is. And Rooney coming in to meet it. Good ball back in as well, cleared by Boyata. Wright Phillips, more urgency about Manchester City now. Bellamy. Just a little bit short with the ball. Raphael sliding in hard, and City get a corner. You always felt that Manchester United would get a goal here at Old Trafford. They rarely draw a blank on their own home ground. What has Manchester City and Mancini got by way of a reply?
Well, they won a goal down at Eastlands, didn't they? Came back to win 2-1.
Richards climbing well. But there was a foul in there. Free kick United.
Had a fantastic leap on him. It was a handball in the end for Micah Richards. And there's plan B if needed.
And the goal has certainly cranked up the atmosphere here after a quietish first half. Carrick for United. Evra. Here's Giggs. Beautifully done. Fletcher. Not so beautifully done by him, but it's come back to Giggs, and now Evra.
All of a sudden, a little bit more space opens up. United have got the players who can use it, who can keep it.
Nani working hard here. It's good play by Nani. Raphael to the goal scorer, Paul Scholes. Rooney. Let's come back to Scholes. Great ball, Giggs goes to meet it, so does Richards, Fletcher's there. Well, we've waited and waited for this time to come to life, but my word, it's delivering now.
Isn't it just some great defensive work? I think it was the youngster Boyata there who slid in as Giggs came onto it.
Evra. There's Ferdinand. Meant for Rooney, intercepting by Company. Nani. Raphael. Onto Scholes. Just showed the ball there to Zabaleta, but he's got away with it. Evra. It's all United at the moment. Michael Carrick. Ferdinand. Here's Fletcher. Rooney. Giggs. United flowing smoothly now. Scholes. Took a deflection, and that was a kind one from Manchester City.
We're just going to try and see out this period of pressure. Manchester City regroup, make sure they keep the discipline, and try and come back again at the home team. It's a big test for Mancini's players now.
Bellamy keeps it in play. Very ambitious and way off target.
Well, it was, but he looks the most likely whenever he gets the ball and starts running. Things look likely to happen. Came in from this kind of angle in the league match here. Ended up a bit better for City on that occasion. And here's the goal. The slightest deflection, did it make a difference? Did it move the ball away from Shay Given? He doesn't care.
Lots of new names, lots of new faces at Old Trafford, but it's two of the old school, Giggs and Scholes, who've got the vital goals so far in this two-leg tie. But now Zabaleta for Manchester City, onto Bellamy. Garrido with the cross. Easy take for Van der Sar. Tiny play by Carrick, and then by Phillips trot on the ball. Giggs.
They've done it well today, haven't they? They spread the play well. United certainly got the players to do that. Scholes, Giggs.
Now Fletcher. Raphael tees up the cross. Get it away by Richards. Two City players going for the same ball, indicating the pressure they're under at the moment. Now Giggs. He's hit Carrick. Right, Phillips, can he relieve that pressure? No. Evra wins it back. Evans. And they keep feeding it out to Nani. Rooney went for that. Well, that could have easily been an embarrassment for the young man Boyata, but fair play to him. He had to go for that.
Well, he did, and he slipped just as he's trying to clear it, which doesn't make it any easier at all. But he gets that little bit of luck, and he does his job, as you say, Alan. Gets the height on it. I think the slip probably helped him in that regard.
Company gets it away. But here's Giggs for United. Nani with time and space to get the cross right, but he didn't manage that. Cries of handball from the United fans as Gareth Barry won it back. Now Tevez.
He gets through so much work, Tevez, that it might just be that he needs a little helping hand. Ireland can do it from the middle of the park. Much more of an attack-minded player than Zabaleta, De Jong and Gareth Barry.
Evans goes long, looking for Nani. They seem to be concentrating on getting the ball out to the Portuguese winger, who crosses spectacularly.
Well, they might just have earmarked Javier Garrido. Manchester United has a weak link, so get it out to Nani whenever you can and have a go at the left back.
Linesman's flag has gone up here against Carlos Tevez. Well, the one thing you will always say about Manchester City is that there's always a goal in them. So this tie is still intriguingly poised. Just over an hour gone. Evans. Scholes. Over the top for Rooney. Giggs. And the free kick goes against Ryan Giggs.
Which is a total mystery, I've got to say. Not for all the world like Micah Richards would have been penalised there for committing himself and barging in. Giggs saw him coming and, yeah, he just held his ground.
That's the change. Interestingly, it's Javier Garrido who's coming off. I wonder if Zabaleta will drop in now to one of the fullback roles. Stephen Ireland coming on. He's missed 4 games recently with a hamstring problem. Came back against Scunthorpe in the FA Cup of the weekend.
Well, he was coming under a lot of pressure, Garrido, and Ireland gives them something different in the middle of the park.
Good challenge by Carrick. Zabaleta has indeed gone in at left back. Rooney. Scholes. Ferdinand. And now Raphael. Nani. Zabaleta tested straight away and came through the test impressively. Was fouled as he was about to clear. And that's a yellow card for the United man.
It's just a tug back. He's having a better second half though, Nani. Seen more of the ball as well.
Right, Phillips. And his feet taken there by Johnny Evans. Good position in this for City's free kick.
Well, I think with City they've got some good characters in the side who won't give up, will keep coming back at you. Players with experience. Gareth Barry among them.
Tevez signals his intent. And United are about to find out what exactly it is he's signalling. Cleverly chipped forward for Bellamy. And Richards with the shot, which was deflected behind for a corner.
Well, it looked to me like Craig Bellamy shoved Ryan Giggs in there. I thought he was going to give a foul for that now, but he doesn't. City get a corner. Clever little routine. Bellamy peeling off that wall.
Rooney's clearance not effective. Back out to Bellamy. Three-quarters of the way through this second leg tie, and the teams are level on aggregate.
Well, he's getting stripped off below us. Centre forward getting ready to make an appearance here.
Fletcher, meanwhile, for Manchester United. Evra. That's a dangerous ball in by Evra. Richards. Tevez muscled out of it by Evans. Giggs. And the flag is up for offside against Wayne Rooney.
They've used those longer balls really well, Manchester United, in this second half. And here he comes. Totally transforms the way City can attack. Actually gives them that aerial option, just at a time as well when Tevez was beginning to look isolated. Ferdinand and Evans were pretty much in control.
Great challenge from Evans. Good battle here between Richards and Fletcher, but it has gone beyond the point of acceptability for Mr. Webb.
He did his very best, the ref, to let that tussle go on, and why not? But players getting a little overexcited. He actually leapt into the initial challenge, Fletcher, and didn't get the ball. Two players totally committed. He didn't actually get that ball. He got more of Richards, who then tries to wrestle it back. It's a semi-final. It's a derby. What do you expect?
And I must say, I think Howard Webb has had an excellent game.
Yeah.
We're about to see the introduction of Emmanuel Adebayor. Impossible to know what his state of mind is at the moment on the Togo team coach, of course, that was attacked by terrorists in the Africa Cup of Nations. An experience that none of us can imagine. Since attended funerals of teammates and friends alike. Been on compassionate leave. Felt ready to come back into the squad. And is now about to come back into the action with 20 minutes remaining. Nani for Manchester United. Fletcher, chance for Fletcher. Still, it's a goal! It's Michael Carrick! What a precious goal it could be! It could be the goal that sends Manchester United back to Wembley.
And how cool was the strike from Michael Carrick. He never does anything in a hurry. And he certainly didn't do this. You think Darren Fletcher's going to pull the trigger. He had the chance to, but he goes for the extra touch. He's just passed that into the far corner. He's got his angles spot on there, Michael Carrick. Off the inside of that far post, and he's the strike, the side foot, and he's going to take Manchester United to Wembley. What a time to get it as well. Just before Adebayor comes on, making his task and Manchester City's all the more difficult.
And then a panicky back pass there by Boyata. They've given a problem he didn't want at that moment. Michael Carrick's first ever goal in the League Cup competition might just have provided Manchester United with a passport to Wembley and a chance to retain their trophy.
Well, I think it went out for a corner.
Emmanuel Adebayor on.
Sorry, Alan's going to say, I think that went out for a corner, which Ryan Giggs is trying to tell Howard Webb. They've not got it. The linesman over the far side didn't signal for one.
I must admit, my initial thought was a corner as well. Adebayor gets his first touch. Two 0 on the night to United, who now lead 3-2 on aggregate. Giggs to Evra, to Rooney! I do not believe what I've just seen. From inside the 6-yard box, Wayne Rooney has missed an absolute sitter.
Another one player you would expect. Can't quite get his feet sorted out quickly enough. Almost under his body. Too much under his body, too close. Now, will he live to regret that in this tie? One goal for City, and it's back to even Stevens, of course.
The Premier League's leading goal scorer has missed the easiest chance of his career. That will embarrass him, whatever the outcome. Scholes. Here's Evra. Leggy Adebayor pursues him all the way. Fletcher. They're finding gaps now, and they're finding their men with ease, Manchester United. Nani. They totally dominated the last 20 minutes of the first leg. They're threatening to do the same here tonight. And they've got a free kick.
Oh, Fletcher's bombing on from that centre midfield ground. Really well timing his runs. To the extent that City are having problems coping, this is a good area. A good distance to test Shea Given.
Wes Brown, who had started every tie in the competition before tonight, was about to come on and replace Raphael.
Well, fresh legs and a little bit more experience in that right-back slot, you'd imagine.
It's all going United's way at the moment. Ryan Giggs fancies this one. He got his angles a little bit wrong this time.
Well, it should be an interesting 15 minutes.
United fans remind their City rivals that it's 34 years since their club last won a major trophy. The League Cup, of course, when Tony Brook was manager, long before anyone in Manchester had heard of Roberto Mancini. Bellamy, it's a good ball in, Tevez with the flick! Oh, of all the people, he's gone and done it again! Carlos Tevez scores for the third time in this two-legged tie!
Well, you think back to that Wayne Rooney miss that maybe would have put the tie to bed. Up the other end, a striker in a similar vein of form who can't stop finding the net. Does it yet again, but this is by no means an easy chance. In fact, it's only half a chance. He's right tight to Rio Ferdinand. He just sticks out the leg and gets the sweetest of glances into the corner. It's a brilliant take from Carlos Tevez, it really is.
18 goals for the season now from the man who was deemed surplus to requirements here at Old Trafford. 6 of them have come in this competition. He scored exactly that number in helping United to the final last season. And the home team's joy has proved to be short-lived, and now it's Manchester City on the front foot. Bellamy. Barry. And the free kick given against Craig Bellamy.
He had a little nibble there. He knows it. take your punishment, get on with it. Because he doesn't want his side to lose the momentum now. They're on the up, on the front foot. A little flick at Johnny Evans. Look at this for a finish, though. It's a half a chance at best. Rio Ferdinand, I'm sure, can't believe it. He thought he'd done everything he had to there. But out pops that leg. Chini's team right back in it. Could be a long night, this.
Yep, extra time looming. But still plenty of normal time left for a winner. Tevez has given it away to Fletcher. Evra. Sure, Ireland's had a touch of the ball, has he, since he came off the bench? He's going to get one now. And a good ball as well to the other substitute, Adebayor. Brilliantly done by Ferdinand. Evra. Giggs down the line for Evra. Richards is injured, maybe a bit of cramp. Rooney. Here's Nani. Rooney's layup. Brown. Well, there are decisive moments and turning points in every game. Could this prove to be the one tonight?
Well, we'll see. It wasn't as easy as I think as many people would have thought. It was caught under his feet and just couldn't get those feet sorted out. And Carlos Tevez certainly could, with a quite brilliant strike.
Ireland. Barry. Here's Zabaleta. Bellamy. And now Company.
Good feature of this Manchester City team. You can spend all the money in the world, but you can't always buy fighting spirit, and they have got that, this team of players. They don't give up.
The first 45 minutes was ordinary, let's face it, let's be honest. The second, almost 45 minutes, has been exceptional.
It was never going to disappoint this tie, was it?
Scholes, once again, driven out to Nani. Zabaleta seems to be handling him rather better than Garrido before him. Carrick, Brown. Bellamy, a nuisance as ever. Fletcher. Here's Carrick. And on to Ryan Giggs. Rooney went for it this time. It's come back to Giggs. It's a lovely ball for Carrick again. Another miss that could prove costly.
Well, some lovely one-touch football from United to carve their way into the City box. Twice Company comes to the rescue, but he can do nothing about that. Carrick swinging the leg. I just think that is 3-1 and possibly game over. But no.
Well, Sir Alex has gone through all the emotions in the second half. Bellamy now for Manchester City. Tevez down the centre. Less than 10 minutes for a winner in normal time.
Old Trafford, the attendance this evening is 74,500.
Well, he's made the change, Mancini. You wonder what Sir Alex Ferguson's thinking. He's got Berbatov warming up. He's got Valencia down on his touchline warming up. He's not warming up.
Well, he was the man who turned the Premier League fixture here back in September, very, very late on that day. Deep into stoppage time, in fact. Adebayor did well to keep that in play, and then Ireland gives it away. Adebayor winning it back. Tevez. De Jong. It's a clever ball. And Richards is onside. And Tevez is a mark far post. He couldn't quite reach it. Nani under pressure from Zabaleta.
Well, if you had to call it, it'd be tough to predict who would go on and win this match inside 90 minutes, if anybody.
And of course, because we have at the moment exactly the same scoreline we had in the first leg, then the away goals rule has been cancelled out, if you like. They have both scored away from home. Zabaleta down the line for Bellamy to chase against Brown this time. Well, they got away with that, United, with Ferdinand rather inadvisedly going for the ball that Brown had under control.
That's why he's on Wes Brown, to try and deal with Craig Bellamy on that side.
Evra. Ireland's challenge. Manchester's finest has put on a superb display of goals, excitement, good football over the two legs of this semi-final. And we've still got 6 minutes of normal time remaining. Ireland. Beautifully controlled by Evra. Rooney to Giggs.
Well, it's been a really good game of football this second half. It really has.
Fletcher. Scholes unmarked. Fletcher again, lines up the shot.
Boyata backed off, gave Fletcher the chance to size up his angles.
Stephen Ireland. Well, it was a rather casual flick by De Jong, and Giggs plays it into space, intended for Rooney, and it's got to him accidentally off Boyata. Excellent defending though. Company. The ball down the line has got United backtracking. How cool is that at this stage of the game? Has done really well since switching to left-back. Tevez into space for Bellamy. Ireland near post. Adebayor behind him. And way off target.
Yeah, that just smelled of rustiness, didn't it? Been a while out without a match.
And play swings from one end to the other. Ireland under pressure there from Fletcher. Zabaleta. Barry. That's a foul. Three minutes away from stoppage time, and then possibly extra time. Richards knocking it back in. Adebayor and Tevez. It's Carlos Tevez again.
Well, he just won't lie down, Carlos Tevez. Endless energy. This time he's got a striker to pair up with, to link with. Ferdinand denied him this time in the way that he couldn't for the goal.
Strong challenge by Evra on Richards. Gains City a throw. Richards in no great hurry to take it, seemingly. He finds Tevez, back to Ireland. Adebayor coming in from the far post, but Van der Sar spotted that and instantly hits it downfield towards Rooney. That caused a bit of panic. Eventually they've got it clear. Evans with a risky-looking ball, and Scholes there to clean things up.
It's almost as if both sets of players are mentally preparing themselves for the extra time period.
Ferdinand. Nani up against Zabaleta, ruins that battle again, but Nani gets the ball second time. And finds Scholes. On to Evra. Giggs. Scholes leaves it. Maybe that was a mistake in the end, because I'm not sure Brown was prepared for that to come to him.
Another substitution.
Well, he had a pretty ordinary first half, a very good half an hour in the second period, and now he's going to be replaced by the man he replaced in the starting lineup, Antonio Valencia.
He's had a good debut season, played a lot of football. Valencia for Manchester United. And I think he's improving as he goes.
Scholes. We're about to find out how much stoppage time there is. Carry. Valencia gets into the action straight away and wins a corner.
Well, I think Sir Alex Ferguson said in his programme notes that United did not want extra time tonight with the Arsenal game on Sunday coming up. Well, they got 2.5 minutes to try and avoid that.
Manchester United, the masters of scoring late goals. Can they do so again? Giggs with the corner. It's been dealt with so far, but Scholes plays it back in again. Giggs. It's a clever ball back in. Fletcher with a header.
Oh, what a save from Shane Given. He pulled off 3 or 4 miraculous ones at Eastlands, and this is right up there with those. Stays big. It's the left arm, the instinctive one.
And he could be called into action again. It's Rooney! It's Wayne Rooney! Forget the miss. Just look at the celebration. That surely means a trip back to Wembley.
Well, it's all about timing, isn't it? We wondered if that earlier miss he would live to rue, but it doesn't look that way now, does it? You said they were the masters of the late goal, Alan, and well, they've just come up with a strike that might see them return to Wembley in this competition. Ryan Giggs It's all about the flight of the ball from the veteran. It's on a plate, it's poor defending from the central defenders who have been pretty strong all night.
With his 21st goal of the season, Wayne Rooney comes of age, and how? And opens the door to a return to the National Stadium and an opportunity to defend their trophy. City aren't finished yet, but time is against them now, and so is the scoreline. And for all his splendid efforts over the 2 legs of this tie, it looks as though Manchester City's dreams are coming to an end at the theatre of dreams.
Well, big matches, big players. That's been the story of that tonight. And none bigger than Wayne Rooney.
Howard Webb has just glanced at his watch. 3 minutes was the original allotted stoppage time. The goal and the subsequent celebrations mean that Mr. Webb has added a little to that, but there can only be seconds remaining at Old Trafford.
Well, it hasn't disappointed, has it, this tie? It's been wonderful. Fair this second half, and there we go.
The noisy neighbours have been silenced, and look what it means to the red half of Manchester. The blue moon may be rising, but not tonight it isn't. Yet again, United have put City in their place, and Sir Alex Ferguson will be taking that familiar journey down Wembley Way for yet another cup final. It's going to be Aston Villa against Manchester United at Wembley on Sunday, February the 28th, and the 50th League Cup final has 2 of the finest teams in the land to contest it. Shattering disappointment for Mancini and Manchester City when they thought they had at least earned extra time. But Manchester United never, ever, ever give up till that fat lady sings. And she's singing a Wembley song tonight. The White Pele, with his 21st goal of an incredible season, has sent United into yet another final. And Manchester City's opportunity to get the better of their neighbours will have to wait a little longer to become reality. What a match, what a tie, what a final to look forward to.
I think today we deserve winners. I thought we started well, then went a bit slow in between, in the middle of the game, and then when we were at them, they didn't know what to do, they couldn't get out, and you know, we've got players like Fletch, Cardiff Scholes, batting about, and they didn't really know what to do, and thankfully we scored at the end.
We'll get the headlines today, Wayne, but how good was Darren Fletcher tonight? Yeah,
he's been like that for a few years now. He's been, you know, he understands what United's all about, work hard, attitude, and you know, he's been like that. He's been somewhat an underdog. He's only been getting the credit over the last couple of years.
He's becoming the man for the big occasions, isn't he? I don't want to give him a big head here because he's standing next to us, but the big games he rises to.
Yeah, of course he does. He's, you know, he's a world-class player, and you know, I wouldn't swap him for any player in the world.
How does that sound?
Yeah, it's nice to hear compliments like that, but it was all about the team tonight. Team performance, everyone was magnificent. You look around the team, and not one player putting an average performance. Everyone was up for it. Second half, we took the game to them, and we dominated the second half. Their goal came out with nothing really, and Waz just popped up with an unbelievable winner like he's done all season.
Were there points where you were worried, particularly when Tevez had scored? I mean, it looked as if it was going to be one of those nights, did it?
No, we weren't worried because I felt we were so on top second half. First half, it was a tight game, nip and tuck. Second half, we really kicked on. And obviously when Carlos scored, it took the steam out of us for 10 minutes. And we were all expecting extra time, but when injury time comes on and we've got deliveries like Giggsy was putting in, and Waz has popped up with an unbelievable winner, I think overall we deserved on a night because second half we dominated.
It's more than just a semi-final victory.
It's a semi-final, it takes us to the Carling Cup, but it's against our local rivals, and you can hear how much it means to the fans. There's great rivalry between the two clubs, everything that went on in the first leg, and it was important for us to just go out to the pitch and do our talking. It's easy to talk and whatnot, but we had to go out on the pitch and perform, and we did that tonight.
Sir Alex, can you sum up what that victory means to you, your club, your players, your fans?
Well, it's a derby game, and you like to win your derby games. You know, we've had our fair share since I've come here. But the atmosphere tonight and the fact that it's a semi-final tie added a lot of spice to the match. And the fact we've scored so late in the game brought a special type of celebration.
What was the key to breaking down the bank of 4 and the bank of 3 in the second half, Sir Alex?
I think that we kept our patience. I think it was important. And once we got up the last third of the field, we always looked a threat. Nothing really happened in the first half because I think there was a bit of cat and mouse over the game. They sat very deep. They didn't try to punish in any way. We worried about it. They'd won sort of a half chance with a header from Tevez, but other than that, they were in their own half. What we said at half time was to keep playing the football, keep spreading the play, keep penetrating that last third of the field, and in fairness to the players, in the second half they were fantastic.
Is there anyone in better form and anyone more prolific and in a better position right now than Wayne Rooney doing what he does?
Well, I thought he was much better today than he was on Saturday, and yet he scored 4 goals on Saturday. His control, his leading on the line, his penetration, he was absolutely fantastic tonight. That was a wonderful performance. That was a true, really world-class player performance tonight.
And we actually gave Darren Fletcher the Man of the Match award today. He rises to the big occasions again, time and time again for you.
He's incredible, absolutely incredible. He was all over the place. I don't know what he's got inside him, but I think he's got 2 engines in there. And but not only that with Darren, he's matured in terms of his knowledge of the game and his use of the ball and passing, and he's such a fantastic player.
Quick word on the final, Aston Villa, 32 days. You're the first manager to take a club to 7 League Cup finals.
Well, I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of the team today. I thought our support today, you must pay tribute to that support. They were unbelievable. When they're like that, we never let them down.